All right, guys, so today in class we talked about interquartile range. So first off, let's do some vocabulary. Okay, when we're dealing with statistics, large sets of data are separated into 4 equal parts. Now, we call those 4 equal parts quartiles. Now, if you remember, we talked about in class, the prefix quart means 4. So when we're breaking them into 4 sections, that's called a quartile. Okay, so the way that we're going to find the quartiles, the median of the lower half of the data set, that's called your lower quartile. The median of the upper half of the data set is called the upper quartile. Now, the lowest number in the data set, or the minimum, is also called the lower extreme. Okay, we're going to identify those today, and we're actually going to use them for something tomorrow. The highest number in the data set, or the maximum, is also called the upper extreme. Okay, now the interquartile range, what we're calculating today, is the difference between the upper and the lower quartiles. So we have to find the upper and the lower quartiles, and then the word difference tells us that we're going to subtract them. Okay, so if you're looking at a data set, so for example, here's my data set. I've already ordered it from least to greatest. We know that our median is the number that's in the middle. Okay, anything lower than the median is going to be in your lower half. Anything higher than your median is going to be in the upper half. 12, we're going to call our lower extreme because it's the minimum. It's the smallest number in the data set. 33 is our upper extreme. It is the highest number in the data set. Okay, so 12, 16, and 18 would be on my lower half. 22, 28, and 33 would be on my upper half. Okay, the median of the lower half, all we would have to do is cancel out 12, cancel out 18. The median of that lower half is 16, so that's our lower quartile. The median of the upper half, we would cross out 23, 33, 28 would be the median of the upper half, so that's our upper quartile. Okay. All right, so how to calculate them. So how do we do that? The first thing that we're going to do is we're going to order the data set from least to greatest. Anytime we're working with median, we know we have to order that data set from least to greatest. Okay, then we're going to find the median of the data. We're going to circle the upper and lower extremes. We're going to find the median of the lower half. That's called our lower quartile. Then we're going to find the median of the upper half. That's called our upper quartile. To find the interquartile range, we're going to find the difference between the upper and lower quartile, which means upper quartile minus lower quartile. So let's do one. Okay, so we have BCMS is hosting a food drive, and the following data represents the donations in cans given by each of the 6th grade first periods. Find the interquartile range of the data set. So the very first thing we're going to do is we're going to order these from least to greatest. Okay, so I see my least is Mr. Kendrick. He has 33. Then we're going to keep going. We've got Miss Burkett with 48. We have Mr. Webb with 50. Miss Inlow with 52. Miss Jameson with 56. Miss Preston with 65. And Miss Gillum with 67. So there's our ordered data set from least to greatest. Okay. Then what we're going to do is we're going to find the median. Okay, now normally when we've been finding the median, I just tell you to cross out the numbers. Well, that's not really going to work this time because we're going to have to use those numbers. So what I do is I put an underline under each number. So we're going to underline or cross out 33 and 67. We're going to cross out 48 and 65. We're going to cross out 50 and 56. And the number that's left in the middle is our 52. That's our median. Okay, now what you should do is you should circle everything that is less than the median and put a box around it because that's our lower half. Okay, then I'm going to put a box around my everything that's greater than the median because that's my upper half. Okay, so anything lower than the median is in that box. It's my lower half. Anything greater than the median is in this box because it's my upper half. Okay, now I'm going to find the median of the lower half. I'm going to start by crossing off 33 and 50. The median of the lower half is 48, so that's my lower quartile. Okay, I'm going to do the same thing to the upper half. I'm going to cross out 56 and 67. The median of the upper half is 65, which tells me my upper quartile is 65. Now, we're not done yet because we need to find the interquartile range, okay? And that means we're looking for the difference between 65 and 48. So we have 65 minus 48 gives us an inner quartile range of 17. Okay, let's do another one. Let's do number 2. It says just find the inner quartile range. So the very first thing that we're going to do is we're going to order them from least to greatest. Okay, so we've got 3, 4, 7, 8, 10, and 19. So there's our order from least to greatest. Now we're going to find the median. So again, I'm not going to cross out the numbers just yet because I'm going to have to use them for the rest of this problem. But I can underline 3 and 19, 4 and 10, and look at that. We have 2 numbers left in the middle. So if you think back to when we learned how to find the median, if there are 2 numbers left in the middle, what we're going to do is we're going to add those 2 together, so 7 plus 8, and then we're going to divide by 2. When we do that, we get a median of 7.5. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to insert that median, 7.5. The median of this data set is 7.5. Okay. Now we're going to put a box around our lower half. And the lower half includes anything that is less than the median. So anything that's less than the median is 3, 4, and 7. Even though we used it to help us calculate the median, it's less, so it is included in the lower half. Okay. Now, same thing for the upper half. Anything that's greater than the median, so that's 8, 10, and 19, that's going to be in my upper half, and it's going to be used to calculate the upper quartile. So now what we're going to do is we're going to find the median of the lower half. So we're going to cross out 3, we're going to cross out 7, and we're left with 4. 4 is the median of our lower half, therefore 4 is our lower quartile. Going to do the same thing with our upper half. We're going to cross out 8, we're going to cross out 19. The median of the upper half is 10. So that makes that our upper quartile. Now we're going to calculate our inner quartile range by taking the upper quartile, 10, and subtracting the lower quartile, which is 4. When we do that, we get an inner quartile range of 6.